really important, okay? Because whenever we are writing about opinion essay or whenever we are writing about an argumentative essay, we need to be quite clear which is fact and which is opinion, like this. So here, I think according to some of your answer, I think I need to make it clarify, okay? I need to clarify more what is opinion writing and what is argumentative writing. And then what about the first uses writing like this one? Okay, so before we start our lessons, what are the similarity between opinion writing and argumentative writing? Could you kindly type, okay, any idea? What are the similarities? And later I will ask you about the differences. And I will show you about the similarities and differences later. Are they totally identical, or are there any similarities, or are there any differences between opinion writing and then argumentative writing? Are there any similarities or differences? Any similarity or any differences? Can you think of? Okay, thank you for your answer. You need support your topic sentence by using fact, example, and evidence. Okay, you need to support. Okay, thank you. So what is the purpose? Okay, I will give you some example. Are there any similarity between opinion writing and argumentative writing? What about purpose? And what about the structure? I give you some hints. And what about clarity? And what about evidence? And what about tone? Any other idea? Okay, let me show you a little bit, okay? When we talk about opinion writing and argumentative writing, okay, what about, there are a lot of similarity, okay? So first of all, we will have a look at the purpose. So both type of essay, they aim to express a viewpoint, okay, on a particular topic. So what is your stand? What is your ground like this, okay? What about your idea like this, okay? Do you support that idea or do you against that idea like those things, okay? One similarity is like that. What about the structure? Both of them have a standard structure, right? So they have to start with, for example, the basic structure are introduction, body, and conclusion like this. So in the introductory paragraph, okay, so we have to state the topic and we have to show our opinion. What is our stance? What is our ground? Do we support that idea or do we against that idea? And in body paragraph, we have to develop our ideas with supporting details and supporting arguments, right? And in the conclusion paragraph, we have to summarize the main points and we have to reinforce the position. So we have to restate our thesis statement like this. So these are the structure. They are quite similar. And another thing is that both of the essay need clear and brief expression of idea. There shouldn't be a ambiguous idea like this. Okay, you have to choose the ground, whether you support or whether you disagree or whether you against the idea like this. And both should be used formal because both of them are quite popular in academic writing. So try to avoid using slang or colloquialism like this. So these are the similarity. When we talk about, okay, so opinion writing and argumentative essay, so these are the similarity. So when we talk about the purpose, they aim to express, right? So a viewpoint on particular topic, whether you agree, okay, whether you for, whether you stay on the for, or whether you are against the idea like this. For introduction, you have to state your topic, your opinion, and body paragraph, you have to develop your idea with supporting details or argument. In conclusion, you have to summarize your main point and you have to reinforce, not reinforce your position. They need clear expressions or idea, okay? You have to use example, facts, and explanation to support your point. Tone should be formal. You have to avoid colloquialisms or slang in your essay. So what about the differences? Can you think of any differences between opinion writing and argumentative writing? Maybe I think I have shown you, or we have already practiced, which is opinion, which is fact, okay? This is one kind of clue. We are going to think about differences between opinion essay and then argumentative essay, okay? Yes, idea and thoughts then need proof and evidence to make sure what idea. Yes, thank you for your answer, Nina. What about differences? Shall we discuss about, okay, forecasts? Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your answer, Tiruling. So we will focus, we will make a comparison and contrast based on forecast. And what about evidence requirement? And what about counter argument? What about depth or analysis? And what about reader roles? And what about language? Are there a lot of differences based on these criteria? Any idea? What about opinion essay? What does it focus on? Okay, so maybe it will be quite easy, no? If I show you the answer. So now here, I will let you work with a partner. So with a partner, okay, you better discuss what are the differences between opinion writing and argumentative writing based on these criteria. What about focus? What about evidence requirement? What about counter argument? What about depth or analysis? And what about reader's role? And then what about language like this? Okay. So now I will let you work with a partner in the breakout room. You better discuss. And I will give you only 5 minutes. And after that, I will let you call back and you have to share your idea. 3 people, we work together. It's okay, no? Feel free to share your idea. I will start the breakout room and I will give you 5 minutes or maybe 6 minutes for discussion. And after 6 minutes, I will close the breakout room. When you come back, you have to report back or you have to share. What about your group idea based on those criteria? What are the differences? Okay, so now I will start. the differences between opinion essay and argumentative essay. So on the first criteria of focus, opinion essay, okay, they focus on personal opinion on a topic, okay, personal opinion on a topic. Maybe last week I combine, okay, opinion essay plus argumentative essay, and it will become a persuasive essay. You know? Maybe I should have, okay, I should have done step by step so that it will be clearer for you. You know? So, but this week, Maro, I found out that some of you are quite confused about what is opinion writing, what is argumentative writing, and what is persuasive writing. So that's why I got an idea. I need to explain step by step. So that's why I make a comparison like this. What are the similarities and what are the differences? And what about in the events level, opinion writing combined argumentative essay, and they became a persuasive essay like this. But no? Okay, so first of all, my opinion essay, they focus on personal opinion on a topic. Okay, for argumentative essay, they focus on presenting and defending a well-reasoned argument. So opinion essay, they just only depend on personal belief and experience. For argumentative essay, they need evidence, for example, like data, research data, and finding or logical reasoning. You cannot talk about your opinion. Here, Maro, you need to mention about facts. So that's why at the beginning of our lesson, I asked you whether have we finished about clarifying or identifying which are the facts and which are the opinions. Fact can be proved. No, opinion, it can be right or wrong according to your belief. In opinion essay, they does not address opposing view. So argumentative essay, they explicitly address and refute counter-argument. So when we talk about double analysis, opinion essay is also similar in nature. They aim to express and justify only one perspective, okay? But for the argumentative essay, you can invert deeper analysis and aiming to persuade readers of a stance, okay? That's why last week I show you about the counter argument and rebuttal, so that you have a fair and open-minded and you have a broader point of view. Okay, try to persuade your reader to accept your stand, because you did not look at only one side and then you also mention about the other sides of view like this. In this way, you try to have a deeper analysis like this. So for the reader's role in opinion essay, you need to invite the reader to consider writer's perspective. Okay, writer perspective is blah, blah, blah. So in argumentative essay, you need to persuade the reader to accept your writer argument. Mostly, it is similar with debate, okay? In debate, if you are on the stance of four, so you need to persuade your reader, right? In order to accept your idea, okay? Mostly related with debates like this, okay? So language model, when we talk about opinion essay, so they include phrases like, I believe, in my opinion. So in argumentative essay, try to avoid first-person language, mostly focus on objective reasoning. These are the some differences between opinion essays and argumentative essay. So before I move to another point, any questions related with this one? Any other questions? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I said no.
Okay. I see. So what about the others? Any other questions?
Not yet, teacher.
Okay. So now we move to another one this time. So one to use opinion essay and one to use argumentative essay. So shall we have a look, okay? So opinion essay, they are quite suitable for personal reflections and less formal talks or one focusing on subjective topics. So argumentative essay, they prefer in academic and professional or debate context, which requires strong evidence-based reasoning like this, okay? So when we talk about rubrics, when we have to check opinion essays and argumentative essay, so we have to use such kind of rubrics. We have to focus on what about the clarity? Does the reader clearly state his or her ground, okay? Opposing sides or support proposing side like this, okay? What about the structure? What about the evidence, especially for the argumentative essay? So only mention about his or her opinions or any other research data or evidence like this. And is there any other reasoning? When we talk about reasoning, okay, especially in argumentative essay, so you need to have you need to look at both sides. So that's why I talk about counter argument also. And later, Mara, we are going to do some peer editing. So is the opinion or argument clear, or are the reason or evidence sufficient like this one? No? Later, ma, we are going to practice. Ma. And before we practice, ma, let me skip a little bit. I just want to make you clear a little bit, okay? When we combine opinion and argumentative essay, there will be a persuasive essay like this. So this is just an example. You need to write a persuasive essay. You have to state your opinion clearly. You have to provide evidence and example. It will be argumentative. And you have to refute a counter argument also. It is some kind of, okay, when we combine opinion and argumentative essay, it will become a persuasive essay in advanced level, okay? So at the time, we need to check for the structure, clarity, and depth of argument like this, no? So there are another kind of research-based argumentative essay also, like this, no? So you need to surf the internet. You cannot talk about your opinions only. According to blah, 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 okay? Some kind of data, okay? You need to point out like this, okay? So they are also research-based argumentative essay like this, okay? These are sense, okay, sources. You can find variety of example. Like British Council Land English, you can study sample essay, okay? B2 level or maybe C1 level like this, okay? And they are sense what pages also. Scholar Blot or Scribble or Essay Pro or Prut Online Writing Lab, OWL like this, okay? You can go and have a look for your sample essay. And let me do, or shall we practice? Okay, send example more so that you may have clear idea. So first of all here, I think, shall we do some practices, no? So that you may have clear idea. So have a look at this one. I think school uniform should be mandatory because they promote equality. For example, students don't feel judged by their clothes, which help them focus on learning. So we are going to break down, okay, this example into which is the topic sentence and which is the reason and which is an example. I will give you 3 minutes only, and after that we will discuss which sentence is the topic sentence, which sentence is the reason, which sentence is an example. This is one kind of opinion writing, right? Because we are using I think, like those things. Okay, finish. Ready to discuss?
Finish, teacher.
So what about Have a look at this example, which is a topic sentence.
I think
School
uniform should be
be
mandatory.
mandatory.
Yes, okay. I think school uniform should be mandatory. Okay. So, which talk about reason? Which sentence talk about reason?
Because
Yes, because they promote equality.
Equality.
Yes, right? Okay. So this is the reason, right? Because they promote equality. And is there any other example?
Yes.
Yes, right. Okay. For example, right? Okay. Student don't be judged by their
Students don't
clothes.
be judged on
So which they have
which
then
have done
focus on
on learning.
learning like this, right? Okay. This is just like a sample opinion paragraph. Now we move to another one this time. What about this sentence? Shall we do it together? Later, I just want to give you saying tasks. That's why. So we are going to break down the paragraph. Okay, the topic will be, is social media helpful? So which is the topic sentence?
Social media is helpful.
Right, okay. In my opinion, social media is helpful. Like this, right? Okay. Talk about your ground, right? You support that idea or you against that idea? Yes, you suppose the idea like this, right? Okay, you
Oppose the
suppose
idea.
yeah. So it's helpful. Is social media helpful? Yes, helpful. What about any reason?
Because
Because it connects people, right? Okay. So does it provide any example?
Yes,
Yes,
it allows
it allows
family
families to communicate even when they live far
away.
away, like this. Okay, this is just quite a basic, okay, sample writing or opinion paragraph. Okay, can you do like that? Because later I will ask you to do like that. Can you do like that on the spot? Okay, I assume. Silence me. You can do that. Okay. So now shall we have a look here?
Teacher, can I ask a question?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can we separate the topic sentence and reasoning sentence?
Yeah, you can like this, okay? In when we are writing an essay, so topic sentence will be one sentence, and then there will be another reason too. Yes, you can. Because
Teacher,
see, this
thank
is
you,
as
teacher.
a sample paragraph. That's why I combine like this, okay? Yes, you can. You can separate. Okay. Any other questions so far? So far, so good, right? So now shall we have a look? Okay. So I want you to choose one, okay, topic and write a short paragraph. You need to follow this structure. You can write a separate topic and that, no, it's okay. But when you are writing your sample paragraph, there should be a topic sentence, there should be a reason, and there should be an example. So you can choose one of them. Should student have homework? Or is it better to live in the cities or countryside? Remember, this is an opinion paragraph, just a very basic one, okay? You don't need to write in a counter argument yet, okay? Just only choose your ground. Yes or no, like this, okay? Should student have homework? Yes, they should. Or no, they shouldn't. You better choose one ground only. So another one here, is it better to live in the cities or countryside? You better choose one ground. This is just like a very basic opinion writing. But when we are writing an essay, like persuasive essay, you can write about a counter argument also. Okay, but for the time being now, I want you to write a very basic, okay, sample opinion paragraph. So that's why you better choose one ground. Maybe you can choose a city or you can choose the countryside, and you have to talk about the reason. You have to give the example, and I will give you only 6 minutes. Is it okay? Is it too much? Can you do that within 6 minutes?
Yes,
I want you
teacher.
to write. I want you to write your sample paragraph in their chat box. Later, we are going to do send peer feedback. Whether your writing include topic sentence or what about reasoning or what about supporting example like this. So is it logical or reasoning? Okay.
So do we have to do both or either
No,
one?
just only one. Just only one.
Only
You
one.
can choose
Yes,
one of
thank
them.
you.
Okay?
Sure.
Thank you so much for your writing. No? So now and thank you so much for your feedback also. Later on, we will have a look at this one. When we talk about argumentative writing and argumentative essay. So first of all, shall we have a look? Which is fact and which is opinion?
Recycling reduce waste is a fact.
Okay. I think recycling is hard, is
Opinion.
opinion only, right? Okay. When we are going to write about argumentative essay, so we have to talk about fact. So not opinion only like this, okay? When we are writing about opinion essay, you can talk about your opinion. So shall we have a look at this one when we talk about recycling here? Have a look at this example paragraph. Recycling should be mandatory. It reduces waste in landfills. According to research, recycling reduces landfill waste by 30% each year. And some argue that recycling is inconvenient, but this can be addressed by creating easy to access bins like this. So we are going to deconstruct this example paragraph, okay? What about the claim? And what about the evidence? What about the counter arguments? And what about the rebuttal? Shall we have a look here? When we talk about counter argument and rebuttal, it's mean about what is the opposing view like this, okay? Evidence, how can you support this? What about the claim? What is the claim like this? You have to focus on which is claim, which is evidence, and which is counter argument and rebuttal. So I will give you 3 minutes. You just deconstruct this paragraph. And after that, we will discuss which is claim and which is evidence, which is counter argument and rebuttal based on this paragraph. It is an individual task. And after 3 minutes, shall we discuss?
Hello, teacher.
Yes?
Teacher, what was the question again, teacher? I was lagging.
Okay. So we are going to deconstruct this paragraph, okay, which is
Yeah.
claim, which is evidence, and which is counter argument. When we talk about claim, so what do you want to prove? And what about evidence? How can you support it? What about the counter argument and rebuttal mean? What is the opposing view like this? Okay,
Teacher. Thank you, teacher.
shall we have a look here? Ready? Ready to discuss? Which is claim?
Recycling
It should be
waste
mandatory.
and land
Yes, okay.
First
Claim is
two
here.
portions.
Recycling
be
should be
mandatory.
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 It is
It
must. Like
reduces
this, right? Okay, it is must like
waste
this.
and landfills.
Yes, okay, it is must. Recycling should be mandatory like this. Okay, this is claim. What about which one? Which one is support?
Is
It's
reduce
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 waste and
Waste
landfill.
in
landfill.
landfills, and then reduce waste in landfills,
Evidence.
right? Another one is here, according to research,
Evidence.
right? You have to talk about, yeah,
Recycling
recycling reduces landfill waste by
landfill waste by
is waste by
30%
30%
each
each
year.
year, like this, okay? These are supporting, right? These are
This is
support, like this, okay?
supportive.
According to research, blah, blah, blah. You have to point out the statistic. You have to prove, okay?
It is
The
also
mandatory, blah, blah,
evidence.
blah. That's fine, okay? You have to give a statistic first, like this, okay? 30%, blah, 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 like those things, which is counter argument.
Some
I
argue
can
Can
that
argue that
recycling
Yeah,
is
recycling is
inconvenient.
it's
inconvenient.
inconvenience.
Okay, recycling is inconvenient. This is counter argument, right? Okay, and
Counter argument.
rebuttal will be, but this can be addressed by
Can be addressed by
creating
Yes,
creating easiest to access.
easy to assess being. Okay? So here, some people, you have to also point out the other people point of view. Recycling should be mandatory, blah, blah, blah. You have to talk about the supporting, and you also have to mention counter argument. It is inconvenient. Okay, one thing
Inconvenient.
is inconvenient. It's okay. We can choose the problem. Okay, be inconvenience with creating easy to assess
Easy
being.
to
It will
access
be
Ben.
better like this. Okay, like this you can write.
Hello, teacher.
Yes.
Could you kindly clarify me about what is rebuttal?
Okay. Rebuttal is refute the first thing. Okay, for example, here, inconvenient, right? Some argue that recycling is inconvenient. This is another point of view. First of all, we talk about, oh, we should recycle. Here, based on this research, okay, blah, blah, blah. So we try to persuade our reader. Okay, you need to recycle according to this research, okay? 30%, okay? So here, Mabono, it is 30% each year, blah, 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 like those things, right? You need to recycle, blah, 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 like those things, okay? But in order to be fair and square, you also have to mention that counter argument. Recycling is inconvenient. This is other people's point of view. But rebuttal means you have to refute. You have to defend that being inconvenient with this one, creating easy to assess being like this, okay? With this easy to assess being, recycling will be no more inconvenient, okay? It should be related. Rebuttal means you have to point out there
Yeah.
disadvantage, and rebuttal means you need to give solution for that disadvantage. This is
Yeah.
rebuttal.
Yes,
Okay.
teacher. So rebuttal stands for our opinions and our stand.
Yeah,
Our
of course,
positions.
that is okay.
Yeah.
But it should be related, no? So whenever we are writing about argumentative essay, we need to think of, okay? First, say, for example, recycling should be mandatory. This is your stand, right? Mandatory. You have to give support, supposing, okay? Supporting evidence like reduce waste in landfill, blah, blah, blah. So, but it is not your opinion only, right? You need to prove that according to the data. So that's why you point out 30% each year, blah, blah, blah. In this way, will be more logical and reasonable. Reduce waste in landfills. Okay, according to the research, it is proof already, 30% each year. So another point of view is that, oh no, we shouldn't recycle. It is really inconvenient. This is another point of view. Disadvantages or counter argument. At the time, we need to defend that one. No, we can solve that the problem or inconvenience by creating easy to access being. This is rebuttal. Okay.
Yes, teacher, I get it. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, any other questions so far? Okay, if you don't have, so shall we move on? Later, Mali, I will show you about the sample opinion writing and sample argumentative writing so that you will have a clear idea. So now shall we move on? Okay. This one here. I forgot to write about the rebuttal. This is rebuttal. Okay, this is rebuttal. And this is claim. Like we have mentioned before. Should be mandatory. Support, reduce waste and land phase, blah, blah, blah. You have to provide the data, counter arguments. Okay, it is inconvenient. Oh, really inconvenient? Yeah, don't worry. We can solve out the problem by creating easy to access space. In this way, we have already sorted out the issues like this, no? Okay, so now we
Yes,
have
teacher. Oh, rebuttal is kind of expressing solutions or something for the counter argument.
yeah. It should be related. It should be related with the counter argument.
Yeah.
So
Thank you very
whenever
much.
we are writing about argumentative essay, so we have to think of at least three reason like this. Okay. First reason is that okay, let me show you here so that you will have clear picture. I see. Yes. Claim comes first as a topic sentence. Now I will show you this one. So just an example. Maybe. Wait for a while. These are the elements of argumentative essay. So when we talk about introductory paragraph, so maybe I better enlarge the slide so that you may have clear picture. So when we talk about introductory paragraph, you first of all, no, this is just an argumentative essay form, no. Here, we are just only writing about argumentative paragraph only, but let me show you about the introductory paragraph, okay, so that you may have clear picture. So when we talk about argumentative essay, in the introductory paragraph, we have to talk about the background information, and there should be the hook, okay? We haven't practiced about writing a hook. No, later we are going to practice. And we have to mention about the thesis statement also. And in body paragraph, okay, you have to mention about the idea. What about the first reason? What about the first part? And what about the supporting example? Firstly, an example of this is, okay, first of all, this essay seek to discuss blah, blah, blah. And I strongly agree that, okay, as for me, okay, you have to mention about your ground or stance like this, right? And another one is here, for the reason, the first reason is blah, blah, blah. But you have to give an example to support your first reason. And then you have to think of the second reason also. Secondly, you have to mention about the reason. And then you also have to find out about the supporting example to support your second point. And that point here, finally, blah, 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 you have to mention about their reason, another reason. And you also have to give the supporting evidence. But remember, you also have to mention about the counter argument. On the other hand, blah, 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 those who are against this idea, okay, they may say blah, 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 like those things, right? And with this counter argument and this rebuttal, should be connected. Should be connected. So to disapprove the counter argument, even if it is true, in reality, it is formed like this. Now, this is the format. And later in the conclusion paragraph, okay, you have to write about your summary and you have to restatement of your thesis and you have to talk about your conclusion like this. So when we are going to write about argumentative essay, how many reasons, at least how many reasons you have to think of? For example, living in a city is better than living in a countryside, right? For example, if you chose the stance of living in the city is better, right? At the time, you have to mention about how many reasons to support your idea. 4 reasons, right? The first point, okay, you have to give an example. And second reason, you have to give an example. And the third, you have to give an example. And another one, you have to mention about the negative points of, okay, negative points of living in the city. This will be the counter argument. And for rebuttal, you have to defend. Although, okay, living in a city has such kind of disadvantages, but blah, blah, blah. So you have to provide another advantages to defend that counter argument. So shall we discuss about something else? For example, shall we discuss together? Living in a city is better than living in the countryside. So imagine we all chose the ground of living in a city is better. What will be the first reason? Imagine all of you, we chose the ground, living in a city is better. So what will be the first reason? First reason will be?
Transportation.
Okay, maybe better transportation, right? We don't write about example yet, no? And what about second reason?
Job opportunities.
Okay, better, okay, job opportunity, okay.
Vibrant lifestyle.
Okay. Yes, better education too, like this, right? Okay. Wait for a while. Yeah. Healthcare supplier. So maybe that reason will be transportation, job opportunity, and then that reason will be, for example, better education. So here we have to think about counter argument. Counter argument also. We mentioned about the positive, right? We mentioned about the positive point of view. Imagine, so some of you have already mentioned healthcare supplier, better education. Yes, of course. So you can write a lot of, okay, good point. One of the advantages will be better transportation, and then supporting evidence will be, okay, in city, we can have a bus, Grab, taxi, public transport, okay, private transport, blah, blah, blah. You can give an example, right? Second reason, better job opportunity. You can work online, work from home, or maybe in international company, blah, blah, blah. You can give reason, right? And another one is here. What about that reason? Better education. Okay, so only in the city, right? You can attend, okay? Online classes, okay, maybe international schools. Not only you can earn a local degree or you can earn a foreign degree, attending some private university, blah, 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 like those things, right? So these are the positive points of living in a city. So you also have to mention about the negative point of living in a city. But remember, that should be connected with rebuttal. So which will be the one negative point of living in a city? And you also have to think about one advantage of living in a city that should be counteract, okay? What will be the disadvantage?
Traffic jam.
Okay. So traffic jam. So what will be the rebuttal? Do you have a solution already?
No.
Yeah, okay. So at the time, better not to write like this, okay? So what about this one? Disadvantage? Because later you have to write a rebuttal, right? It should be connected.
Yes, teacher.
And like
Maybe you mentioned about better lifestyle, right? But disadvantages will be For example, crowded, busy, life, right? Okay, what will be the rebuttal? That disadvantage will be
You can experience diversity,
yes,
culture, or something like that.
that disadvantage will be a counter argument, right? And what about rebuttal? Yeah, okay. Which one will be the rebuttal? So maybe you can have a multicultural society.
Yes, we can experience the diversity of each culture.
Okay. Okay. Like this. So no, like this, okay? If you write rebuttal like this solution, living in a city, there will be no fresh air to me. There will be no slower pace of life. What I mean here is that, okay, counter argument and rebuttal should be connected. Here, we mentioned about one disadvantage is that living in a city, it will be the counter argument. It is very crowded, busy life. So we were stuck in a box like this. So, but this is the disadvantage of living in a city, right? But living in a city is crowded, but we can experience diverse, okay, culture, diverse society, and we can keep abreast, blah, 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 like those things. In this way, you need to give a solution like this.
Yes, teacher.
So the mirror a fresh air to slower pace of life to solution. City like this, no? Let me explain in Burmese a little bit so that I think you will have clear picture. Background you like that solution. Living in the city are better. No? မြို့ပြမှာနေတာကပို့ပြီးတော့ကောင်းနေဆိုတဲ့ဟာကိုယူလိုက်တာအဲ့အတွက်ဒီချေတို့ကပါလဲဆိုရင် reason အနည်းဆုံး၄ခုစဉ်းစားရမယ်ပထမဆုံး reason ၃ခုက broader than အနေနဲ့စဉ်းစားလိုက်ပေါ့နော်ခုနတချေတို့ဘာပြောခဲ့လဲဆို education နော်education ဆိုတာနော်နိုင်ငံခြားတက္ကသိုလ်ရောနော်ပြည်ပတက္ကသိုလ်အကုန်ဘွဲတွေပါယူလို့ရတယ် online ဘာညာအကုန်လုပ်လို့ရတယ်အဲ့ဒါ exam တွေထပ်ပေးမယ်နောက်တစ်ခုချေတို့ဘာပေးလို့ရသေးလဲဆို transportation taxi စီးမလား bus ကားစီးမလားကြိုက်တဲ့ဟာကို ship ဆိုသွားလို့ရတယ်အဲ့ဒါမျိုးပုံစံ better job opportunity เนาะပြည်တွင်းကုမ္ပဏီလုပ်မလားပြည်ပကုမ္ပဏီလုပ်မလား work from home လုပ်မလားကြိုက်တာလို့ဒါ exam ထပ်ပေးလို့ရတယ်ဟုတ်ပြီဒါနောက်တစ်ချက်တို့ကမြို့မှာနေတဲ့မကောင်းတဲ့ချက်ကိုစဉ်းစားရမယ်အဲ့မကောင်းတဲ့ချက်ကိုခြေပဖို့အတွက်ကောင်းတဲ့ချက်တစ်ခုပါတွဲရက်စဉ်းစားရမယ်ဒါက तू argumentative essay ရေးတဲ့ rebuttal လေးထည့်ရေးတဲ့ဒါ style တစ်မျိုးပါเนาะသူ့ argumentative essay ရေးတဲ့ style တွေကအများကြီးရှိတယ်ဒါ one of them ပါเนาะဒါဒီပုံစံလေးဘယ်လိုပုံစံရေးလို့ရှိလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဥပမာဖြင့်ဒီချက်အရင်ကပြောခဲ့တယ်လို့ပဲပေါ့နော်မြို့ပြမှာနေတာကောင်းတဲ့အချက်နှစ်ချက်ကိုရေးမယ်နောက်ပြီးရင်မြို့ပြမှာနေတာမကောင်းတဲ့အချက်နှစ်ချက်ကိုလာမယ်ပြီးတော့မှပါလဲဆိုကျွန်တော်မြို့ပြမှာကောင်းတယ်ဆိုတဲ့အချက်ကလေးနဲ့ပြန်ပိတ်လိုက်တယ်ဒီလိုပုံစံရေးလိုက်ရရေးပုံရေးနေရတော့အများကြီးရှိတယ်ဒါကတော့ရေးပုံရေးနေတစ်မျိုးပေါ့နော်အနိကလေးချိတ်ပြီးပြောလိုက်တာကိုအားတာတဲ့ပုံစံနဲ့ရေးသွားလို့ရပါတယ်နော်ဒီချက်တော့ကောင်းတဲ့ချက်နှစ်ချက်ပြောတယ်ဒီချက် stand ကဘယ်မှာနေမှာလဲပေါ့နော်ဥပမာအဖြစ်ပေါ့နော်ပုတ်ချတဲ့ပုံစံနဲ့ရေးမယ်ကိုယ့်ရဲ့ stand ကမြို့မှာနေတာကောင်းတယ်ဆိုတဲ့ဘက်ကိုသွားမယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲဒါဆိုရင်ဒီချက်တို့ကတောမှာနေတာမကောင်းဆိုတဲ့ stand လေးကိုတက်တက်ပြောမယ်နော်တောမှာနေရတော့ဒီချက်လေးတွေကတော့ကောင်းနေဒါမဲ့ဒီချက်တွေကတော့မကောင်းပါဘူးဆိုပြီးတော့ပြန်ပုတ်ချတဲ့ပုံစံမျိုးနဲ့သွားလို့လည်းရတယ်နော်ဥပမာဖြင့်မြို့ပြမှာနေတာကတော့ဒီချက်တွေကတော့ကောင်းနေဒါမဲ့မကောင်းတဲ့ချက်ကလေးတွေကတော့ဒါလေးတွေတော့ရှိတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ပြန်ပြီးခြုံငုံပြောရမယ်ဆိုကောင်းတဲ့ချက်ကပိုများနေပါတယ်ဒါကတော့ကိုယ်မှာ wider point of view ရှိတဲ့ပုံစံမျိုးနဲ့သွားတယ်လို့ပေါ့နော်အခုဒီနားမျိုးမှာဒီပုံစံအတိုင်းကိုစဉ်းစားမယ်ဆိုရင် counter argument ကလာမယ် rebuttal ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အဲ့ counter argument ကိုပြန်ပုတ်ချဖို့အတွက်တခုထည့်မှာဖြစ်မယ်သူတို့နှစ်ခုကဆက်ဆက်မှုရှိရတယ်ဒီမှာမျိုးပေါ့နော် overcrowded ဖြစ်တယ်เนาะ stressful ဖြစ်တယ် overcrowding ဟုတ်ပြီအဲ့ overcrowding ဆိုရင် ပြန်ခြေတာဘယ်လိုလုပ်လဲ
overcrowded ဖြစ်ပေမဲ့မျိုးပြကြတော့အမျိုးမျိုး diversity အမျိုးမျိုးတခြား cultural လူတွေလည်းလာတဲ့ခါကျတော့ကိုယ့်ရဲ့ communication skill တွေပြီးသွားလို့
social
ရှိရင်အသိ
skills
မိတ်ဆွေပေါ်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ဟုတ်အဲ့လို
network
မျိုး
တူတယ်ရတယ်ပြန်ပုတ်လို့အဲ့လိုမျိုးရေးလို့ရတယ်အဲ့ဒီတစ်ခုပေါ့နော်ဒါတော့ရင်းနှီးတစ်မျိုးပါနော်ကိုအားတန်တဲ့ပုံစံရေးလို့ရတယ်နော် argumentative essay ရင်းနှီးရတော့အများကြီးပဲရှိတယ်ပေါ့နော်ပြန်ပုတ်ချတဲ့နည်းကိုတော့ဒီချက်ကကြိုက်တယ်ဒီနည်းကလည်းတစ်မျိုးပါပဲနော်သူလည်းပြန်ပုတ်တော့ချတယ်ဒါမဲ့ပါလဲဆိုရင်မကောင်းတဲ့ချက်တစ်ချက်ကိုပဲပြောတာအဲ့မကောင်းတဲ့ချက်ကိုမှ तू ကဖြေရှင်းတဲ့နည်းလမ်းမှာပြောပြီးရေးတဲ့ပုံစံမျိုးအရင်တစ်ပတ်ကတစ်ချက်ပြောခဲ့တာတော့ဗာလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်မကောင်းတဲ့ချက်ကိုလည်းပြောမယ်ပြီးတော့မှနင်းပြီးတော့မှပါလဲကောင်းတယ်ဗမာမှာဆိုချေလို့ရှိပါတယ်နော်ပြောစကားပြောတာလေသူ့ကိုမြှောက်ပေးလိုက်မြှောက်တာပြီးတော့မှပြန်ပုတ်ချလိုက်တာ rebel ကိုဗမာလူနားလည်အောင်တေချာရှင်းရမယ်ပုတ်ချလိုက်တာသူ့ကိုမြှောက်ပေးလိုက်တာအပေါ်ထိရောက်သွားပိုးမိုးထိရောက်သွားပြီးမှပြန်ပုတ်ချပြီးရေးလိုက်တာအဲ့ဒါ rebel လို့ခေါ်တဲ့ပုံစံပေါ့နော်ဟဲ့ကောင်းတယ်ပြီးတော့မှပြန်ပုတ်ချမှာအဲ့လိုကောင်းပေမဲ့သူ့မှာမကောင်းတာဒါတွေရှိတယ်နော်အဲ့လိုကြောင့်အဲ့ဒါမကောင်းပါဘူးအဲ့လိုရေးလို့လည်းရတယ်ရေးပုံရေးနေရတော့အများကြီးရှိတယ်ပေါ့နော် like this ဒါကိုတန်ရရေးလို့ရတယ်ဘယ်ပုံစံကိုကျွမ်းကျင်လဲတချို့ကြတော့လေfor example ပေါ့နော်မြို့ပြမှာနေတာကပေါ့နော် better education တော့နော်ရှိပါတယ်နော်တောမှာနေတာမရှိပါဘူးတခါတည်းတစ်ပိုက်ထဲမှာ तू ကရှေ့နဲ့နောက်ကိုရှင်သွားတာလည်းရှိတယ်ဒါမှမဟုတ်လို့ရှင်လေတစ်ပိုက်လုံးအပေါ်ပိုက်မှာပါလေခုနကောင်းတဲ့ချက်တွေရေးသွားတယ်နောက်တစ်ပိုက်မှာမကောင်းတဲ့ချက်တွေရေးသွားတယ်အဲ့လိုမျိုးလုပ်လို့ရတယ်ဂျောင်းထဲမှာပဲ तू ကဟိုကောင်းတယ်မြို့ပြမှာနေတာဒီလိုကောင်းတယ်နော်ကျေးလက်မှာတော့ဒီလိုမကောင်းဒီလိုနေကောင်းတယ်ဒီလိုမကောင်းဆိုတော့တစ်ခုချင်းစီနော် idea တစ်ခုချင်းစီကိုရှင်သွားပြရလည်းရှိတယ်ရေးပုံရေးနေရတော့အများကြီးပဲပေါ့ကိုအားတန်တဲ့ပုံစံကိုရေးလို့ရတယ်မှာပြင် reason တစ်ခုပေါ့နော် education နဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးပထမတစ်ပိုက်မှာရေးမယ် topic ကိုပေါ့နော်ဒါဆိုရင်မြို့ပြမှာဆို education ကဘယ်လိုပါကျေးလက်မှာ education ကဘယ်လိုပါဒါကြောင့်ဘယ်ရပို့ကောင်းတယ်နောက်တစ်ပိုက်မှာဆိုရင်ကျွန်တော်ကjob opportunity နဲ့ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်မြို့ပြမှာဘယ်လိုကျေးလက်မှာဘယ်လိုဒီလိုမျိုးပုံစံလေးတွေနဲ့နှစ်ခုရှင်ပြပြီးမှပြန်ရေးတဲ့ပုံစံလေးရှိတယ်ဒါတစ်မျိုးနော်ကိုကြိုက်တဲ့ပုံစံတွေဒါမှမဟုတ်လို့ရှင်လေမြို့ပြမှာဆို education ကပိုကောင်းတယ် job ကပိုကောင်းတယ်ဘာကပိုကောင်းတယ်ကျေးလက်မှာဆို education ကမကောင်းဘူး job opportunity ကမကောင်းဘူးဘာညာဆိုပြီးတော့အဲ့လိုရေးတဲ့ပုံစံလေးရှိတယ်ဒီလိုပုံစံလေးရှိတယ်ကိုအားတန်တဲ့ပုံစံနဲ့တွားလို့ရတယ်သူ့ရဲ့ format ကအတိအကျရေးလို့တော့မရှိဘူးဒါပေမဲ့ argumentative ဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်ဘာပါရမလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တော့နှစ်ဖက်မျှကြည့်ရမှာတော့ပါရမယ်ကောင်းတာကြီးပဲပြောလို့မရဘူးမကောင်းတဲ့ချက်ကလေးနည်းနည်းလေးပြောပြီးတော့မှပြန်ပြီးတော့ကောင်းပါတယ်ဆိုတဲ့ဘက်ကိုကတကယ်လို့ပေါ့နော် living in a city ကိုရွေးထားရဆိုရင် living in a city ရဲ့ကောင်းတဲ့ချက်တွေလည်းပြောမယ်မကောင်းတဲ့ချက်ကလေးတော့ထည့်ပြောရမယ်ပြီးတော့မှပြန်ပြီးတော့ကောင်းပါတယ်ဆိုတဲ့ဘက်ကိုသွားရမယ်အဲ့လိုပုံစံလေးတော့ပါရမယ်ပေါ့နှစ်ဖက်မျှတဲ့ degree လေးတော့ပါရမယ် opinion မှာတော့တစ်ဖက်တည်းကိုပဲရေးသွားလို့ရတယ် argumentative ကကျတော့နှစ်ဖက်မျှကြည့်တဲ့အမြင်လေးတော့ထည့်ပေးရတယ် okay got it
Yes, chair.
okay maybe tomorrow ကြလို့ရှိရင် we are going to discuss more and we are going to practice more ပါနော်later I will ask teacher William to send you this sample in the telegram group no yeah like this yes
Teacher,
yes
can I ask a question?
yeah
When
go ahead.
when we write argumentative essay, we give 3 points. At the time, we need to give like statistical evidence.
If possible solution no yes but sometimes such kind of idea cannot pop up in our mind solution no we have to use our opinion ပေါ့နော် if possible ဖြစ်နိုင်တယ်ဆိုလို့ရှင်ထည့်ပေးပါ
Yes,
according
thank
to
you,
the
teacher.
research to blah 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 ကိုစာတွေဖတ်ထားတဲ့ပုံမှာမူတည်ပြီးတော့ဘာရဆိုလို့ရှင်เนาะပို့ပြီးတော့ logical ပို့ကြတာပေါ့လေဒါကတော့ research based เนาะ research based argumentative essay ပုံစံဖြစ်သွားမယ်ပေါ့เนาะဒါပေမဲ့ရုပ်တရက်ကြီး on the spot မှာဆိုလို့ရှင်เนาะပေါ်လာခြင်းမှလည်းပေါ်လာမှာပေါ့เนาะအဲ့ခါကျရင်အများစုကတော့ဘယ်လိုပါဆိုတဲ့ပုံစံနဲ့ပဲ most people believe that အဲ့လိုပုံစံနဲ့ပဲသွားလို့ရတယ်ပေါ့เนาะအဲ့လိုသွားလို့လည်းရတယ် okay statistic fact ထဲရင်တော့ပို့
Yes,
ပြီးတော့
teacher.
research based
Thank
ဖြစ်
you.
သွားမယ် okay so any other questions so far okay so far so good we are going to discuss more in
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I
Okay,
have questions.
yeah, go ahead, Kenjolmi.
Yeah. If we have include three evidence in our argumentative writing, at the time, do we have to our counter argument and rebuttal uh, have to cover all of our evidence?
No need. So here,
Yeah.
second point, second topic already, that it is just separate one. Just only counter argument and rebuttal should be related. You
So
don't need to
they
relate,
don't,
okay? Yes?
yeah, they don't have to cover the prescribed reason that we have
No
included.
need to. No need to.
Yeah.
You need to, for the counter argument, you have to give another disadvantage of living in a city, blah, blah, blah. But rebuttal should be the solution for their disadvantages, okay?
Yeah,
It doesn't
that
need
can
to
be.
be related with, it doesn't need to be related with the previous first point, first reason, second reason, that reason. No need.
I get it. Yeah, teacher.
Okay. So any other questions so far? Okay, maybe for tonight, you better, I will ask Teacher William to send this one, and then you better think ahead. You read it and think ahead. Maybe tomorrow, we are going to discuss more, okay? We are going to practice more and we are going to discuss more.
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you, teacher.
Okay, you're welcome. So thank you so much for coming and joining the class. So see you tomorrow. No, we are going to discuss more. So think for the questions. Okay. So bye-bye and see you. And then I will end it right now.
Thank
Good
you.
night, teacher.
Okay, good night. Good night.